You may find yourself travelling through the spectacular countryside of North Wales, perhaps a few miles west of the hotspot that is Snowdonia, and past these low mountains on the Llyn Peninsular, and you may even pass this little information board and footpath sign and think, nah, perhaps another day. After all, the little mountains all look remarkably similar, and on this occasion you really would be missing out. There is, at the end of that short but steep walk, what is called generically an Iron Age hill fort, a settlement dating back at least 2,300 years. Whilst there is no shortage of hill forts to visit in Wales, having the highest density in Europe, and whilst Galicia has an extraordinarily well-preserved Iron Age hill fort at Asturias, and southern England with Maiden's Castle has the biggest, as well as Uffington with its ancient landscape art. On top of this mountain, Wales has the most spectacular and well preserved in Britain, and with stunning views, and it's surprisingly largely unknown. Hidden on the summit of this particular peak, which is part of the Rivals, is Tre'r Ceri, an extraordinary ancient settlement. The clue is in the name. Tre'r Ceri is Welsh for Citadel of Giants, and the stone walls that surround this ancient settlement are huge, up to 4 metres high and 5 metres wide. The circuit is 620 metres long, and whilst it's relatively short compared to, say, Hadrian's Wall, its scale and completeness outcompetes it. There are 2 main entrances, about 2 metres wide, with one passing through a second wall along a paved track. There are also 3 small posterns, small doorways, which some have attributed to being defensive in nature. But it could just be convenient. One of the doorways leads to the spring, and whereas one entrance is through both the inner and outer walls, the other is not, which seems odd, to have one well-defended approach and one less so. The Romans had walled settlements, and defence was not a primary function. They were prestigious, as they were with town walls in late medieval times. But they were also symbolic, which in the case of Roman settlements represented a transition from the rural to the civic. So these walls may have represented a boundary of some significance. The rock is volcanic granite, an intrusion from the Ordovician period from about 450 million years ago in the age of volcanoes, the period getting its name from the Iron Age trade that most likely occupied this settlement. The granite is pink but weathers into this brilliant white. At the top of the hill appears to be an older Bronze Age burrow which would have looked like some gleaming pyramid originally, and it appears to have some importance to the Iron Age community, and dates from perhaps 4,000 years ago. The Iron Age settlement, with around 26 large circular buildings, dates from 2,300 years ago, and over a few hundred years, and during the Roman period, in around 200 CE, expanded to the 150 buildings that can be traced out today, and it's guessed the population was as many as 400 people. Whilst archaeology has revealed an original layout and a few items of jewellery, this acid soil tends to destroy all the other traces of everyday life, so we know very little about its purpose or the people who lived here. There is no evidence of agricultural terraces usually associated with the community on the mountain. The farming to supply this community was carried out in the fertile valley, with its associated farmsteads. So either it was a long commute to work, or a high-status community, such as chieftains or a royal court, or perhaps religious. It seems unlikely that it would be a summer pasture, say for shepherds' lodgings, given these are not huge mountains and the grazing is not particularly good given the amount of scree. In any other location, this site would have a car park, an entrance fee, a gift shop, and may well be globally renowned, but its relative isolation, even though it's just a kilometre steep walk that takes about half an hour, means that you can enjoy this place alone and contemplate what it was all for. Whether a retreat, a chieftain's citadel, a high court, a religious centre of learning, a stronghold for bandits, a city for giants. And you can simply enjoy the view. It is truly an awesome location. So thanks for watching. Thanks to my producers and contributors. Do subscribe, hit the like button, and consider being a patron through Patreon. Details for getting to the hill fort are in the description.